Match 5 of the Big Bash League involves the Adelaide Strikers and the Hobart Hurricanes. Let's build our fantasy team on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo. I'm Ronu Kapoor and Tom Moody's all set to join me. Right, let's start with our pro tip for this one. And we're saying that the average opening wicket partnership for the Hurricanes against the Adelaide Strikers in the last 4 games is 107. So expect one, if not both, Hurricanes openers to come good. Tom Moody, what do you make of that?
Yeah, look, I think that's a pretty sound tip because we do know down in Hobart that the surface is very good. We also know that a lot of top-order batsmen in both sides will welcome the opportunity with a new ball coming onto the bat. So, I'd be very mindful of picking those top-order players because they'll be in the runs.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Darcy Short in a bit. And we know he didn't start this tournament well. And you might have made him captain on our recommendation last time. He's going to stay there. I'll come to that in a second. Before that, player availability. Now, we know that Travis Head, the Adelaide Strikers skipper, is still unavailable. So too is Michael Nessa and Harry Conway. Many of them part of the A team that's playing the Indians in the warm-up game in Sydney. Alex Carey too. Hurricanes are unlikely to make major changes to their 13-man squad from their opening day victory either. Let's go to our team now. And before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app. 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from. Batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest. And we'll throw you 4 substitute options towards the end as well. Remember, when it comes to injuries and updates in these early parts of the tournament, can't always tip you off with the very latest. So make sure you check out teams and toss and news after the toss before you confirm your side. Let's go to our team, our top picks, our captain choice. In spite of the duck in the opening game for Darcy Short, he's going to stay right there. We're going to put some faith into Darcy Short. He did get a golden duck in that previous game, but we looked to see Short bouncing back against the Strikers. After almost every low score in the Big Bash League, Darcy Short has come back good next time round. He's also been the top run scorer for the Hurricanes in every season he's played. We know how good he is in the Big Bash League. We're not going to ignore him after just one failure. Jake Weatherald is there as vice-captain. Ever since he debuted for the Adelaide Strikers in the 2016-17 season, no one has scored more runs for the Strikers than Jake Weatherald. Accumulated 1,235 runs in 48 innings, striking at nearly 130. Stylish left-hander opener. Also enjoys playing against the Hobart Hurricanes, over 300 runs against them. So Darcy Short as captain and Jake Weatherald as vice-captain. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively, so pick them really carefully. In our top picks, Rashid Khan features. He'll feature regularly whenever the Strikers play, you'd think. And in spite of playing the Big Bash League for just 3 seasons, he's already the BBL's all-time MVP, at least according to ESPN Cricinfo's smart stats, such as the impact of the great Rashid Khan. 56 wickets at an average of 17.66 in 40 games. And let's never rule out those handy runs he could get you with the bat low down the order. Jonathan Wells is there as well, the 32-year-old who's become a bit of a finisher for the Strikers. He's been a revelation in the Big Bash League in recent times. No one scored more runs at the death than Jonathan Wells, and he strikes at 170. Colin Ingram is there as well. In the absence of some key players, we're banking on an experienced T20 veteran in the South African Colin Ingram. The 35-year-old has already done well for the Melbourne Stars in the past, scored over 600 runs for them and struck at nearly 140. He features in our top picks as well. Darcy Short as captain, Jake Weatherald as vice-captain, Rashid Khan, Jonathan Wells, Colin Ingram. Tom Moody, happy with that, including sticking with Darcy Short as captain?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I'd definitely be sticking with Darcy Short. He's proven over recent years how phenomenal he is in the Big Bash. Again, he'll be batting at the top of the order, so he'll get first crack at it against that new ball on a good batting surface. He also may bowl a few overs to get you a few points if he takes wickets. Jake Weatherald's a good pick too, I think. He's one of these unsung heroes. He does score a lot of runs, and he's done it consistently for the Strikers over the years. Can't ignore Rashid Khan. Of course you can't ignore him. And Ingram coming off some good form in that first game. So they all are pretty sound picks.
All right, well, let's go to some differential picks now. And I think of Rashid Khan when you think Adelaide Strikers strike bowlers. Don't rule out Peter Siddle, who features in our differential picks. 36 years young, Peter Siddle, far from done, and was, along with Rashid Khan, the joint leading wicket taker for the Strikers in last edition's Big Bash League. Managed to get 19 wickets in 14 games at 18.21 you would take that from your strike bowler. And in the Sheffield Shield that recently concluded, he was also among the top wicket takers, 32 wickets in 8 games. So wicket-taking form for Peter Siddle. He's in our differential pick. So too is Peter Handscomb. Now, T20 may not be the ideal format for Peter Handscomb, but we do know he has played a few memorable knocks in the BBL. He represented the Melbourne Stars last year, scored 188 runs in 10 innings, striking at nearly 130. He also has a BBL 100 to his name. So the Hurricanes have now trusted Peter Handscomb with captaincy in his very first game for the team. He is expected to make an impact. So Peter Handscomb and Peter Siddle in our differential picks. Our full team includes Handscomb as a keeper option. Jake Weatherald is there as our vice captain. Tim David, Colin Ingram, Jonathan Wells and Phil Salt. All-rounder option is Darcy Short, who's our captain. Riley Meredith, Rashid Khan, Peter Siddle, Wes Agar all feature as bowlers. And our substitutes bench has players for Will Jacks, James Faulkner, Matt Renshaw and Dan Worrell. Alternate scenarios, Renshaw could replace Phil Salt in the 11. Will Jacks averages just 16.25 against spin in the power play. So depending on the striker's bowling attack, you could consider him over Tim David. Tom Moody, what do you make of that? Any of those subs that tempt you to put into the 11? Any more suggestions?
Yeah, look, I don't mind the look of Dan Worrell, to be honest with you. He has got a real knack of taking wickets. He swings that ball early on with the new ball, so he's definitely one to consider. But then you've got to ask the question, who is it instead of? Wes Agar is a wicket taker. He also bowls at the back end of the innings, so which gives him the opportunity to take plenty of wickets. But to me, that looks a pretty good lineup. Tim David is one that you probably wouldn't have expected to see in the lineup, but he's shown some early form, so he's also a worthy. He has a worthy position in that final 11, so it's all looking pretty good.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. There you have it. Early days still, but we're trying to give you as much as we can to try and make your fantasy teams. And remember, look at the playing 11s, player availability, then confirm your fantasy set. We'll be back with plenty more to help you pick your fantasy team through the course of the Big Bash League on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricket Form.